So let's set up a simple application. I actually added this app here. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take this out for the moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do class app extends React component. And I'm only doing this because I want to add to the lifecycle method component did mount, where I'm going to end up adding some random foos and some bars. When I go to render this, I'm going to put this in a hash router, which I'm going to have to bring in here. I have the CDN already. But instead of passing anything down, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put in the route because I might want to use some route parameters here later on. But this is going to be my nav bar. And so let's actually bring these things in here. We've got our hash router. We're going to have a route. We're also going to put a link in here. And we're going to get this from React Router DOM, which I have up here as a CDN. So when our component ends up mounting, we're going to call add random foo, and we'll call add random bar. And let's set up our nav component. Now, our nav component is going to have to be a class, and we'll show why in a bit, but this is going to extend the React component. The thing is that we're going to have to subscribe to our store, because even though we could put in a constructor here, and we could call super, and we could say, hey, look, this state, and we could get the state of the store. When we go to render this, we could go and deconstruct foos and bars from this dot state, and we could return a nav bar. We'll say nav. We'll put in two links. One link to a component called foos, which doesn't exist yet. We'll set it up in a second. And let's put in here the number of foos we have. Do the same thing here with the number of bars. Bars, again, route doesn't exist. Bars.length. And let's see if this will end up running here. Let's go back over here. Let's just take a quick look, and I think I made a mistake here in my app, which I often end up doing, where I want to end up returning this. Move that over. So now I'm seeing foos and bars, but I'm not seeing them change, even though they're changing. And what I want to do here is that I want to go to my nav and I want to say, hey, look, when component did mount, what I want to end up doing here is I want to end up subscribing. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say, hey, look, store, I would like to subscribe to you. And in fact, you're going to send me the new state. And here, I could say this set state. And I could use whatever the state is that ends up getting passed, right? That new state is going to have an object with foos and bars. And now when I do that, I'll see that these numbers end up changing. Because I've subscribed, I see there's a little delay. And if I added a couple of bars here, I'll eventually see that number is going to end up going up to 3. So what I've done here is that I've added a route. Instead of passing props down from my app component, my nav is relying on my store. It's relying it on the constructor, and it's also subscribing to any changes that happen.